Hey there, everyone. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Chevy My Way Truck Talks. I'm your host, Shannon, and in this series, we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the 2022 Colorado ZR2 Bison through the eyes of the team that helped create it. Don't forget to stick around after the segment for a sneak peek of some exclusive Silverado Bison news that you won't want to miss. To show you what the Colorado Bison is capable of, we're going to hit the trails in Montana with a passionate team of experts for an overlanding excursion. Get ready to see the adventure-ready Colorado Bison on the trails. Let's join Matt on location in Montana with the team.
Joining us here in Montana, we have AEV founder and president Dave Harrington and GM Performance variant manager Brad Schreiber. All right, guys, tell us a little bit about your collaboration and how the ZR2 Bison came to be.
As we finished the development of the ZR2, we reached out to AEV and invited them to the proving grounds to have a look at the truck that we had put together. And I'll never forget your initial reaction.
Yeah, it was a little bit of bewilderment, to be honest. So when they showed me what they had with the ZR2, with the lockers, front and rear, and the suspension, we just knew we had to be involved because it was the first new viable platform for what we do in like 20 years.
So Brad, what exactly was it about AEV that made you choose them for this special project?
Well, AEV has a reputation for building high quality vehicles and components that are highly functional, yet have great aesthetics. And we wanted to marry all of that with this incredible truck.
Now, speaking of aesthetics, I think we should definitely touch on that. So let's go ahead and explore the outside of the ZR2 Bison.
Sure thing, Matt. If we start at the front of the truck, you'll notice the Expedition Ready front bumper, featuring 3mm thick corner stampings and a 3-inch tubular steel substructure for maximum protection and durability out on the trails. And we know that vehicle recovery is inevitable for any adventure traveler, so AEV made sure that the Bison's chassis-mounted recovery points were accessible, and we also seamlessly integrated a winch mount behind the AEV branded license plate mount.
Something that I really like about the Colorado Bison is the exhaust crossover skid plate, which is standard with a 3.6-liter V6 engine. It protects the exhaust crossover pipe when navigating technical terrain, so you don't need to worry about debris when you're on the trail.
Exactly.
All right, guys, so I know for a fact that the Bison's even more impressive in its element, and what better way to test it than to go out on an adventure? Brad, care to do the honors?
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Jump in, guys.
Let's do it. We're about to start this overlanding adventure. So what exactly is overlanding?
Well, it depends on who you ask, but for the
Okay.
most part, it means it's a vehicle-dependent travel. And, so vehicle-dependent means you're out far enough where you can't walk out and you have to be self-supporting. One of the cool things when Brad first approached me about this program was, he basically said, hey, if you were going to take the ZR2 and take it around the world, what modifications would you do in order to prepare for that?
Yeah, I dig that approach.
And that was basically what started the Bison.
Now this 3.6-liter V6, which is direct injected, a world of difference.
Yeah, plenty of power and refinement whether you're on or off the road.
Okay, so something that's pretty unique about the Bison is not only does it have a rear locking differential, but a front. So right now that we are doing some rock crawling, what exactly do you have engaged?
So right now I'm in 4-low. I've actually pulled it into low range so that I could basically hold it in first gear. That way I know that I've got maximum torque available at any time. If I start to lose traction at any point, the first thing I'll do is engage our rear locker. I can literally do that on the fly with a quick tap. You see the light blink, it's solid, and I now have 100% traction across both rear tires.
I think it's important to note that you did that while we were in motion. You didn't have to stop or throw it into neutral. You just hit the button and engaged and we were good.
As we get into some gnarly stuff here, I start to feel some slip on the front. Want a little bit more traction. Now the front is engaged. We have 100% torque across all 4 tires.
Very cool.
No drama, no clunks, no question. Works every time.
As spacious as it is back here, and as much as I love being chauffeured around, I think it's time we stretch out our legs, start a campfire. So what makes it so special about just being out here, or even just getting here in general, and just gives you that passion?
You know, I think for everyone it's a little different. For me personally, I really enjoy the challenge. Or like when we did the Altar Desert, you know, being able to cross that desert, which virtually no one does. I mean, we were out there for 5 days. There wasn't a single tire track, footprint, you know, there was nothing out there. And then, you know, once you got to the other side of the desert and saw the ocean, like that sense of accomplishment that most people's vehicles can't do that. I mean, for me, that's what really lights my fire.
It's an adventure, and you're self-reliant. And having a vehicle like this that you can depend on to get you from point A to point B, because chances are there's nobody coming to save your bacon. It's to have that well executed and recognized is the thrill for me.
All right, guys, I say we get back to adventuring, but first we should probably put this fire out.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Honestly, what makes this car so nice is that it's so easy to live with on a daily basis. A lot of these trucks, you know, as they become more and more modified for the expedition stuff, they become less easy to live with. And this thing really does retain that level of refinement that just makes it a non-issue for this to be your only car.
Right, like you have the best of both worlds. This could be your daily commuter, and then you can, when you get off the clock, come out here.
Absolutely.
And of course, there's a reliability that's come to expect from Chevrolet, and then you guys don't make any compromises.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Chevrolet's been making trucks for over 100 years. They definitely know what they're doing.
And the thing I love about Colorado being a mid-sized truck is it fits down trails with ease.
Yeah.
You're never concerned about squeezing between trees and boulders. You know, it is perfectly sized regardless of what region and what type of off-roading you prefer to do.
Yeah, 100% there in terms of off-road capability, size, on-road capability, on-road comfort, and in general, just all-around use.
The reality is, I mean, that's why we approached Dave and his companies. They had a reputation for building super high-quality parts. People aspire to own AEV components and AEV vehicles.
With this one, being that there was no competition, this made perfect sense for us to get involved on the bottom floor.
The Bison comes as a complete turnkey package, and everything meets General Motors specifications and validation requirements. This is not an aftermarket treatment. This is truly an integrated partnership between General Motors and AEV.
Wow, you guys, this was incredible. And I don't think saying welcome to Montana does this justice. What an amazing day, from the rock crawling to mudding, and just the adventure that we went on. I want to thank you so much for sharing this with me, and especially your expertise throughout this whole entire experience.
Well, thanks for coming, Matt. It was great.
Yeah, it was a pleasure showing you what the Bison can do.
All right, guys, for a one-to-one tour on the Colorado Bison, be sure to check out Chevy My Way. All you have to do is scan the QR code that you see right here on the screen. And now, as promised, a sneak peek at the 2023 Chevy Silverado Bison.